What's up, traders? My name's Hunter and this is Hunter FX, and I'm going to teach you something. Alright, so guys, this video is going to come across a little bit differently. You probably haven't really seen another trader doing something quite like the title of this video, and it's how to manage a winning streak, right? Nobody really has a problem when they're winning. So this is a little bit different than, most YouTubers might do, and that's kind of what we're striving for here, is just think outside the box a little bit, do a little bit differently than most people do, so that you can actually benefit from some content that's not just spilt everywhere else all over YouTube. So the thing though is, you might think that a winning streak is really good. At first glance, obviously it is, but the problem with a winning streak actually is that you're going to start to become blinded in your own abilities. You're not necessarily going to know when you're doing things wrong. And in the worst case scenario, that winning streak is going to continue even when you do start slipping on your strategy. I've coined this term before in the past, and I call it strategy slip. And if you're slipping on your strategy, but you're still winning, that's going to be a huge cause for concern. So diving right into it, guys, this is going to be a short video. The reason I wanted to make this video is because I am currently on a winning streak. Yes, starting that FTMO challenge there, I took kind of a different approach to the markets, and I'm only focusing on basically one pair, Euro USD or the Swissy, which is essentially Euro USD just flipped over. And we're doing very, very well with the trades I am taking. I'm taking probably 2 trades a day, and I've essentially won maybe 85% of these trades so far this week. And being that I am a professional trader, I approach winning streaks in a very similar manner that I would approach a losing streak, because it is out of the norm. I'm not necessarily winning a crazy amount. I am still losing a little bit. I have 85% win rate, so I've had maybe 2 losers, something like that, out of the little trades I've taken, and I'm up 13R in 4 days. So that's absolutely unbelievable for my normal progress. Normally, I would get anywhere between 1 and 5R in a week. So this is about, we'd say, 3 or 4 times what I expect out of my own abilities, right? And maybe that's a good thing. Maybe I'm actually doing something differently, and I do think that I have applied something differently that's causing this. But the important thing to do is to actually analyze, first of all, what's going on. Has something changed in your trading strategy that's causing this winning streak, which we'll dive into real quick here. The second thing, is this just a fluke? And the third thing we need to look at is we need to make sure that we're still not getting too euphoric, that we're going to start becoming reckless at this point. And it's happened over and over again for me in the past, that I go on these big boom and bust winning losing streaks. And that was probably the most difficult thing after I had found a strategy that really worked for me. The problem was, I would go into a winning streak, I would get euphoric, and then I would start my strategy slip. And I would start going on this losing streak again, and then I would go on a losing streak until something clicked again. And I said, we got to look at the charts, we got to analyze them a little bit stronger this time, we got to pay more attention. And then we start going on the winning streak again. And it was back and forth, right? And this kind of created a not very steady equity growth. Now I'm getting to the point where I can really view these winning and losing streaks for what they are. And they're strictly just emotional responses in the standard fluctuations of the market. So I'll put it in perspective right now of how I'm feeling. I'm feeling absolutely euphoric. And that's a bad thing. I need to make that clear, because you don't want to have these emotions tied to your trading. So I'm essentially taking the winning streak the exact same way that I would be taking a losing streak. Is I'm taking more breaks in trading. When I do have one of these small losers, I'm just stopping right away for the day, and then I'm going to meditate, I'm going to make some breakfast, I'm going to do something else along those lines, because I don't want that initial kickback and emotion that says, okay, I'm on this winning streak, I just made a loss, and I'm going to do another one because I'm doing so well, right? So I want to make back that loss that I just had so that I still keep up this winning streak. And that's a very natural thing that's going to happen in your trading as well. So the first point is very important to, when you do have these losers, treat them the same way as if you're on a losing streak there, and then go take a break for a little bit, meditate, something like that. It's just so you can clear your mind, get back to the charts, and take it very calmly, right? Kind of going hand in hand with this is start trading a little bit slower. Don't necessarily keep jumping into trades. Keep the same pattern that you're doing. Don't get overzealous with, because you're doing well, you should be looking for more trades. You want to keep the exact same pattern as much as possible. So for me right now, I'm only taking 2 trades a day, one on the London Open, one on the New York Open, and I'm only trading the 2 pairs. And if I don't see a setup I like, I don't trade at all. It's just very, very strict that way. And then this way, it's going to stop me from getting back into that strategy slip and then going on a downswing and then having to come back out of that again, because we want to remove that downswing. We will have a point where the winning streak will end and it will come down a little bit, but we need to make sure that that doesn't affect us. That's the most important part. And we're not going on that losing streak because we've then lost sight of what our strategy is and what our entire trading methodology is about. So the one thing I will note about a winning streak that can be different than a losing streak is that you should maybe be risking more. I'll say if you're on a losing streak, start risking less for sure. But some professional traders, they like to start risking more per trade the more they're winning, because the market could actually be doing something different, right? There could be a really good series of trades for you that just keep lining up, and it could go on for months, and you really want to capitalize on that winning streak. That's the logic behind that, right? The only problem for me is I don't like risking more, because then I get more emotionally attached to it and it's more uncomfortable for me to trade. And everything about trading is trading comfortably, trading with a calm mind. So that's not something that I'll personally do. When I'm on a losing streak though, I will lower my risk per trade. But that being said, guys, do rejoice and celebrate about the winning streak. You should be very proud of it, because there is a good chance that you are actually doing something differently at that time that you weren't doing before. So the thing you really need to do about this is figure out what that thing is, right? For me right now, most likely what it is I'm focusing on those 2 pairs. So if this keeps up for another week, what do you think I'm going to do? Am I going to go back to trading all of the pairs? No, it's going to distract me. I'm going to stick to 2 pairs, and then maybe in the future, maybe a couple months down the line, I'll add a 3rd one, something like that, and slowly expand back to the way. And then if it starts slipping again, then we pull it back. And there's nothing wrong with trading 2 pairs, 2 trades a day for the rest of your career. Because the amount that I'm making, 13 R a week, and the week's not even over yet, that's absolutely unbelievable. Anyone who makes that is going to be, living the private jet type of life eventually. Maybe not immediately, but so, don't be shy to show it off and brag to your friends or whatever. If you're on a winning streak, just make sure you explain what you're doing to them. Maybe you can help them out. Maybe they can tell you, okay, that you're doing really well. Just, be careful. Don't get too emotional about it. Don't get too overzealous. Don't start making trades you shouldn't be trading just because you're excited. That being said, this video might have been common sense to a lot of you guys. I thought I would just mention it, as trading is a very psychological, daunting task to get over. So hopefully that helped at least, a couple of you. If it did, let me know in the comment section below. Maybe you guys have a suggestion of what you guys do in a winning streak, or how you guys figure out what you're actually doing differently in your winning streak. Or just go ahead and tell me if you're on a winning streak right now. I'm really curious. I like seeing you guys' profit. A lot of you guys have been messaging me private messaging me saying that the stuff I've been teaching on stream has actually been making you money now. So that's a really cool feeling that you guys are actually benefiting from that. That's all for today, guys. Hit up the streams if you want to learn some in-detail technical analysis. I don't do a whole lot of technical analysis on the actual video parts. You can learn a ton if you tune into the streams every Monday to Friday, generally during the New York Open, after a couple hours of the New York Open. Also, join the Discord, guys. Lots of other traders there. There's even guys that are trading FA, fundamental analysis, which is really helpful when I don't know anything about FA, but they have nothing on me when it comes to technical analysis, because you guys know I'm your cult leader, the greatest of all time, Forex trader on this thing.